Hello everyone, my name is Christian, and today I'm going to be talking about my August plans. That will be including my new monthly book theme for August, and also what movies I'll be watching under that theme, and lastly, just sort of the random reviews that I want to do. And of course, while doing this video, I have a stack of books I will be showing, explaining my thought process about why I chose the books I chose, and also the order of which I chose them. There's definitely a reason behind that. But I really loved what I did with July. I feel like I was very productive for the channel, and I want to continue that. And I think the big key to that has been the regular Monday, Wednesday, and Friday releases, bare minimum releases. And I also still, do the occasional extra video, on a Tuesday, Thursday, or on the weekend. And so I'm very excited for this month because the theme that I was debating on and I finally settled on is August Adventure Month. So we're doing a lot of adventuring stories, a lot of movies surrounded around, a journey or an odyssey, for example. That'd be one hint to one of the movies I will be reviewing this month. But I want to kind of move away from sci-fi a little bit. I'll still be reading a few sci-fi stories that pertain to this theme, but for the most part, a lot of these are fantasy or something different, one of which I'll go into detail. So the first book that I'm going to be reading for August is going to be 2001: A Space Odyssey by Arthur C. Clarke. I hope, this can be seen. But this is one that I meant to read last month for Summer of Sci-Fi for July. June, July, I guess, is when I was doing those. But I didn't get around to it. I wanted to think about the Lost Worlds of 2001, which was a book I read, I think, early July. And it basically goes into detail about how Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke collaborated and talked about, writing the script and scenes that they took out and all this stuff. And that was kind of something that I really wanted to explore. And then after finishing it, I was pretty happy with 2001 for a while. So I ended up not reading it. So that's why I'm reading it. I really want to. I was talking to Colin, who's been on my channel a few times. We just did a music album video. But that was one that me and him have been talking about a lot, and I was like, based off his review, I was like, I should really enjoy this, and yeah, so I'm really excited to get into it. But the next book I'll be reading is one that I'm very excited for. It's a fantasy book. It's going to be book 2 of The Winter of the World by Michael Scott Rohan, which is a book that was recommended to me by Colin, at least a series recommended by Colin. He gave me book 1. I loved it. I thought it was amazing, just classics, fantasy, and I love the world building. I love the sort of the magic and what the main character was doing, smithing magic armor and swords and all that. Awesome. But this is The Forge in the Forest, book 2. Very excited for this. But the next book that I'll be reading, I'm very excited for this. I think this is going to be the biggest adventure that I take for the month, but I'm taking a big adventure to the Dark Tower. I hope this is easily seen, but this is the hardback, chonky, every adjective you could think of. But I'm so excited to get to book 7. I loved book 6. I didn't really care for book 4 or 5. There were some parts I really enjoyed, but for the most part, I just did not care about those books. And book 6 brought back my hope for the series, because a lot of people do not like the later books in the Dark Tower, and I was really worried about that as I was getting into book 4 and 5, and went through the keyhole. I really enjoyed. A lot of people recommended reading that after book 7, but I was like, I want to spend more time with the characters, and I did, and I loved it. But gosh, this is going to be such an emotional end, I feel like, because I really love these characters. I love what Stephen King is doing with the series. It's really impressive. And the next series, or the next book that I'm going to be reading, is a non-adventure book. Maybe it has adventures in it, but it's going to be book 2 of the Jade series by Fonda Lee, Jade Boy. So this is book 2. I love this cover. I love the color scheme. I love the spine. The back looks, badass, but I'm so excited to get to this. There's going to be a buddy read with a friend of mine, and I love book 1. I didn't think it was the best book ever in fantasy, but it really nailed what I loved about like Yakuza movies from like the 60s and 70s by like Seijun Suzuki or Kenji Fukasaku and directors like that from Japan. And I am so excited to get to book 2 because the ending to book 1 just left a lot of really cool kind of pathways to where we could go with the story in the future. But the next adventure story that I want to do is going to be the entirety of this. It contains 3 short stories, but it's going to be the Conan Chronicles by Robert Jordan, same author as Wheel of Time. But I'm so excited for this. I happened to see it for $8 at my used bookstore, and I was like, hey, why not? So I used some store credit, bought it. And I just love how just clean this edition is. It's very like untorn. It's very fresh. It feels like I just bought it from a bookstore or like from a Barnes & Noble. But I got it used, so it's very awesome. But the next book that I'll be reading is going to be James S.A. Corey's Mercy of the Gods, which is book 1 of the new trilogy. Book 2 is out already, and book 3 I think is coming out next spring. So I need to catch up. But I love The Expanse. I have a lot of reviews on that series, books and the TV show. So if you're interested in that, just look it up on my channel and you'll probably find it. I'll leave the playlist link below. Note to self. But I really am excited to see what new ideas they get into, because I heard this one is a lot more alien kind of focused and has a lot more aliens than The Expanse, which I'm very excited about because that was the one thing I wish they had more of in The Expanse, but I understand why the authors did not. But the last book that I want to get to at the bare minimum for this month is going to be Christopher Rocchio's book 2 of the Sun Eater series, not trilogy, which is Howling Dark. This is book 2. I didn't really care for book 1. I loved all the Sealson stuff. I loved all the Book of the New Sun kind of Dune influence, but I felt like it kind of was a little too influenced. It borrowed a little too much from it to the point where I felt very bored throughout most of the book. And I would say the first 100 pages I loved, and the ending I was like, okay, I'm interested to see where this goes. And we shall see if this delivers. I only have the first 3 books, so if I still don't like the series after book 3, I don't know. I don't think I will be continuing. There's just not enough time in life, and I like it for the most part in fits and spurts, but I think for the most part it's just not for me, and that's okay. But movies-wise, adventures that I want to do is I want to do a review on the Mad Max series. I haven't really talked about the series. I might do a tier list. But I just rewatched Fury Road in black and white last night, and I actually had to stop it about half an hour in because I just did not care about the black and white. I love Fury Road, but I did switch it to the color version because the black and white just really kind of sapped sort of the energy from the movie, I felt like. So that's one thing, one review to look forward to. And then I have, this is probably the big project, and this is what I was kind of alluding to on my Instagram last night before I went to bed, is that I was talking with my friend Leon, who runs the channel Cult Flicks Fix 24. I think it's called that now. But, But me and him were talking last night on the phone, and we were just chatting, catching up, talking movies, and we have been doing videos together since I started the channel. Like, that was like one of the first collaborations I did. Me and him were doing the Withering Watch Pile. And so without further ado, I'm happy to announce that we are going to be doing a live Withering Watch Pile episode eventually in August. It might be the second week of August. We haven't decided on the date yet, but next week I think is when we're going to decide exactly what day. It will most likely be a Friday night because that's the best night for us to even be able to talk. That's the only time we can really meet. So if that doesn't work, I'm sorry, but that's that's the only time. It's like there's nothing we can do about it. And I'm not going to be able to record it. We're going to do a live on Instagram. So I'm going to make sure to constantly update and post on my Instagram, post on YouTube as well with the link to my profile. And I'm very excited for that. And we're going to be talking about James Bond. We are going to be doing an actor each. I'm going to be doing Pierce Brosnan most likely, and he will do a different actor. I'll let him choose and kind of announce that. But I'm so excited to be going back through all of the James Bond movies because I've been watching them throughout most of my life. I was obsessed with them as a kid, mostly the Pierce Brosnan movies, but I'm very excited to kind of go through them chronologically. So I may do like a tier list of the actors. I may do a tier list of the movies. I don't know yet. I don't think I will really do individual reviews because I just don't know how I will react to the movies. I may just be really bored and have nothing to say. If I have a lot to say, I will do a video, but I don't want to promise anything, so that's just the note right now. But the next movie that I really want to do on the channel is going to be a recent, or not a recent favorite, but a recent pickup. One of my favorite movies in college, which was Kon Ichikawa's 1956 movie, The Burmese Hop. And this is a recent release by Criterion. I love Criterion. They do a lot of good work. And this is all about a World War II soldier and on the Japanese front who is battling. And he defects from the Japanese side and becomes a monk and begins to play and learn how to play the harp in Burma. And it's such a fascinating, such a poignant story. I love the character that we follow. That's him on the front with the harp. But it's just really fascinating. I love kind of the back and forth between him and his battalion because they do eventually find him. But this is a movie I haven't seen in like a decade. I still remember so much from it, and I'm just so excited to rewatch it, especially on 4K. And one that I want to, I don't know if I'll review it too, but I want to do a double feature with the other movie by him called Fires on the Plain, which is a lot more action heavy and a lot more war focused than Burmese Hop. So I'm very excited to kind of do that double feature at some point of August. But lastly, I want to do a review on this. This is not a adventure movie, but I did watch it and I love this movie. But this is directed by Takashi Miike, who is a Japanese director who's done like over 100 movies. Amazing director. I love his stuff. But this is the recent release by 88 Films, Over Your Dead Body. This was fantastic. I loved it. It was a kabuki descent to madness, and it's amazing. I love those type of movies. It's very just terrifying, especially through the eyes of Takashi Miike, because he really kind of pushes the material as much as he can. I mean, it's Takashi Miike. I mean, he did Ichi the Killer, and he did Audition, which is probably my favorite movie by him. And I also really love Happiness of the Katakeris, which is like Dawn of the Dead meets Sound of Music. Like, it's awesome. I love that movie. I love, like, I've seen, like, dozens of his movies, I feel like, at this point. But I'm really excited to review that one. That's one I've been meaning to review, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and talk about it. So, but lastly, manga plans. So in July, I caught up on Berserk, at least to the final chapter that Kentaro Miura did. And so I'm starting a new manga very soon. I've already read the first 5 volumes, but I need to restart because I was not taking notes, and I forgot a lot of characters in the, like, 4 days I didn't read it. So, what manga am I reading? This was like 80% off recently, so I bought it. And it is Tokyo Ghoul. This is a series that a friend of mine recommended me, said it's awesome. It's very in line with another favorite series of mine, Kagurabachi. I've been buying the physical editions. I've been doing reviews of this. I might do a reread review, but Tokyo Ghoul has a lot of the same kind of elements within a story, sort of the gang aspect and kind of the John Wick type of action, like So I'm very excited. I read the first 5 volumes, as I said, of Tokyo Ghoul, and I love the first 3 volumes. I love the world of it. I love sort of the ghoul type of stuff, and I just cannot wait to go into that. I may have to invite a friend on to discuss it, but we'll see. I can't really think of anything else, but those are my plans for August. Let me know what you think of them. Do you have any recommendations? Are there any I should be prioritizing in my stack? All that. So thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.